Welcome to Master the Game. I am Juice, and tonight is session 0 for Dragon Age. We played a one-shot recently with 3 of the 4 others here on stream, and it was a lot of fun, and we decided to try a campaign. This will be my first chance to play it. I ran it last time, and I'm really looking forward to it. And with that, let everyone introduce themselves, and we will then go into character creation and whatever we need to do for session 0 after that, and I'll let Draven take control after that. So with that, again, I am Juice. This is my channel, Master the Game. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button, give us a like, and I will shoot it on over to Peter. Take it away, Peter.
All right, being Drake here for Dragon Age. I run games. I play games. I live in make-believe in my basement. That's all.
You know what? That sounds like a great life, living in make-believe in your basement.
You know, if you go over to BN Drake's YouTube channel, he's got the best recaps of our Pulp Cthulhu game. They're hilarious, and I highly recommend them. And it's true. He does play make-believe in his head in his basement. With that, Paula.
Hi, I'm Paula. I play games on this channel.
In Peter's head.
And I don't know that I do,
Pulp
but
Cthulhu's in his head.
Oh, okay. Okay, fair.
We've actually yet to see you actually play a game. You say you do it, but it's just in Peter's head, the entire thing.
That could go so many different ways.
Get your head out of the clouds, Paula.
Wake up, Paula. This isn't real. You're dreaming right now.
This is in Draven's head tonight.
Yeah,
okay. All right, you guys. Okay. So yeah, I play games on here, and we're starting mini painting again tomorrow night with a large blue dragon that I have no plans for yet. So we're gonna see how it goes.
It's okay. I'm gonna show you pictures.
And I am going to take into consideration your opinion, and we'll see how that works out.
Mm-hmm. And Draven.
Hey everybody, Dave, Draven Swiftbow. I'm going to be the game master, so I apologize for all these players that are apparently playing in my head. It's a horrible place to be, so we'll see how it goes. So I'm looking forward to it. This is only the 3rd time I've had a chance to run Dragon Age. I've never had a chance to play in it, but I at least have a little bit of experience running it, and looking forward to having the players travel through Ferelden.
Can't wait. Awesome. And Joshua.
Hi, I'm Joshua. I live at home with my parents. I'm unemployed, and I'm 30 years old. And I'm an alcoholic. Oh, wait, no, you don't need that part.
And single.
And single, yes.
Don't forget that.
Hear that,
Hello.
ladies? Winner, chicken dinner. All right, so what's the plan, Draven?
All right, so for today, we're going to be creating characters. So there's 2 different character creation methods that I like in the core rulebook. The first one is sort of the standard one where you roll your stats in order, and then when you're done, you can just swap any 2 stats with each other. So we can choose between that as a group, or roll up all your stats and then determine where you want to put them based on the kind of character you want to create. So it's up to you if you want the dice to decide sort of your fate, or if you want to have a little bit more control over it. So I'm pretty easygoing either way.
So did you say in both instances we'll roll and then play somewhere we want, or we'll roll and switch to? Is that the 2 options?
So those are the 2 options, yeah.
Okay.
There's a like a point buy system as well, but I don't really like that one as much.
Yeah, I'm not for the point buy personally.
Yeah. So however you guys want to do it.
Do we have to make a collective decision, or?
It would be, I prefer if everyone sort of did the same thing. But I mean, you can always choose to assign them in the order that they roll as well. Like, if you really, I guess, if you really wanted to do that.
I'm for play somewhere we want.
I think it provides the best, the best characters for what you want to do, as opposed to having to deal with what you get.
Right. Does anyone have strong opinions?
Well, like,
don't
what
even-
are you guys thinking for characters?
Warrior.
Well, okay, I know that, but like, what's everybody else thinking?
Teenage dirtbag.
I'm just a
rogue.
dirtbag baby.
Ooh, I went rogue last time and I was terrible at rogue. I have to see something I'll be good at.
You could be a statue. An Adonis.
No, I got to roll and see what happens.
So with Dragon Age, there's basically three classes. You can be a warrior, you can be a rogue, or you can be a mage. So there's not like a ton of options there, but there's the main choices come with the backgrounds.
Yes.
We'll sort of talk a little bit more about which backgrounds make more or less sense over the others, because I don't know how familiar you are with like the Dragon Age lore, if you've played the video games at all or anything like that. So we'll sort of go from there. But I guess the first step will just to be decide kind of what you want to do, basically, and then roll your stats.
One thing you might want to warn them about is mages and casting spells can possibly die.
Yeah. So
Oh,
not until you get to a point where the spell that you have, or one of the spells that you can choose requires a different spell as a prerequisite. So at first level, it is safe to cast spells. The only thing you run the risk of is failing your spell casting roll, which is similar to like an attack roll for like a weapon. And if you do that, you lose the points and you don't get to do the spell. But at lower levels, spell casting is relatively safe. However, mages are sort of, let's just say people treat them with suspicion at the best of times and hostility at the worst. So if you do play a spellcaster, you want to be careful about using magic where people can see you.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I like that.
So like in public?
Yeah, mages are usually locked up, or they're considered to be apostates, which are usually hunted down and executed.
Yup. Which my party did that in our last game. They killed the apostates
Peacefully.
in the deep roads.
It was a peaceful killing, though.
It was not peaceful. And then
I
took
tried
their
to do it
Mabari
in their
Warhound.
sleep.
Yeah.
That's
Now
great.
that's if you're playing like a human or a quote unquote civilized elf. If you were to play like a Dalish elf, for example, they don't treat magic the same way. They just treat it as part of everyday life. So
Yes.
you could do that and be a little bit more open, although elves sort of face their own prejudices.
Yeah.
So sometimes being a mage isn't necessarily as bad as being an elf to some people. So
Bunch
Just
of
some
nightshade
things to keep in
bastards. Yep. What would I play that people would like to see me play?
Hey, Paula, check your shared drive. What? That's how I sent it to you before.
Don't do it, Paula. It's a trap.
You say these things, but like,
She needs
It's a
access to
trap.
the book.
okay.
Don't do it.
Perfect. Is it in there? No. What do you mean it's not in there? All right. So anyways, I'm for rolling and placing where we want. Is everybody else on board?
You keep throwing $20 bills at me, and I'm on board with it.
Then let's do that.
Okay.
So just
Is it just like 3d6?
it's 3d6, and this game, like the only time you ever worry about what your combined total is on the 3d6 for stats is at the very beginning. Like you know how some RPGs will have your stat and your modifier.
Mhm.
The only thing that this game uses are the modifiers. So you should get a number stat between -2 and up to +4.
Okay, and we have 8.
Yep.
Different
Yep.
sections.
Yep. So you roll 8 different stats.
Okay.
So it's totally shared with you, by the way, Paula. It's been shared with you. But anyways, I'm gonna send you the link in the chat.
Not in here. I don't know what to tell
It's
you.
in your shared drive in a Google Dragon
think you're-
Age folder.
I'm looking. There's not that much stuff in there. Lies. I'm gonna start rolling though.
Yeah,
Ooh,
roll.
Maybe I shouldn't have.
Oh snap! 10, 13. All right. My
All right.
second is a 12.
Oh, that was questionable.
You don't suffer, like, you don't have to worry about penalties to your attributes unless you roll a 5 or less. So,
Okay.
like, yeah, you should be okay for the most part.
Okay.
14.
I mean, you say that, but that's like,
That's true. I've
that means
rolled-
I'm gonna roll 5 or less. You know that, right? Like now you.
But you're not a Power Gamer Paula anymore,
Here's me.
so it's okay.
Yeah, but like I don't want to die first session either.
Well,
Why?
just
Then you
don't-
get to make a better character.
I
Just
don't know.
don't put it,
I
just
died
don't put it in
quite
your
a few times.
constitution. You should be fine.
I don't know. Peter had fun killing me quite a few times the other day.
Got a 15. And the last one with these amazing
See?
skull dice.
See, 5.
Another 14.
Now, is
Hi.
that Paula, let me ask you real fast. Are you using metric or imperial dice?
Imperial.
Well, yeah, you're kind of screwed then. Sorry, I
I
tried to
know.
help.
Like there's no way it's gonna work out.
Where are you sending me, Juice? Oh my god, I should not have looked. I'm sorry.
It was just the PDF. So, anyways.
I rest my case.
So, I'm posting my stats currently into the chat, but then I will make the conversion myself because I do have the chart.
Yeah, if anyone needs to know what the modifiers are or what the stat numbers are based on your rolls, I'll just wait until everyone's done and we can sort of go from there.
Page 11.
Okay, you got the core rulebook in front of you?
Am I gonna be in a bad situation if none of my stats are good, but none of them are bad?
Correct. Ooh, a Kunari would be fun. Tal Vishoff would be awesome, by the way. Sorry, Shadowcat in the chat said a Kunari would be fun, and I agree. I actually have 2
Wow,
Kunari
yours
concepts.
are really good.
Yeah, I use these awesome skull dice that
Ooh.
roll always really well. It's
Yeah.
probably because they're weighted somehow, and I don't know.
I'm at the Bravo site, so I'm using a dice roller on my phone. I don't have dice today.
So now the conversion. So
I only have 3 things above a 10.
8 is a 0.
Still had a single digits in there.
Yeah, that's not bad
15
though.
is 3.
Yeah, I mean, even a 9 is still a 1 for the ability.
You think it's okay? Okay.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Okay.
you don't need super high stats,
Your
honestly.
character isn't your stats.
Yeah,
And your
Paula.
stats improve as you level as well. So whenever you level, you get to modify certain attributes.
Paula, if it
Oh,
helps,
okay. That's cool.
let me just say right now, no matter what happens, Paula, I believe in you wholeheartedly, and I know you're going to do great.
You know what? I appreciate that sentiment.
At least you'll never have to worry about having 2 strong hit points. You'll start with much.
True. So okay,
These are my strong hit points.
I'm putting a 3 in my strength.
Why
That's
would you
my
do that?
highest.
That's he's talking
Monster.
like the actual stat number, not what you rolled.
I'm
Yeah.
putting my 2 in Constitution.
I don't want him to put an
have a
actual
lot of
3
twos,
for his
actually.
strength.
I'll put a 2 in Dexterity.
Ooh. Okay.
2 in
So
Perception.
I know you said, Lee, that you're playing like a warrior.
Yeah.
What is everybody else playing?
I'm not sure
17.
yet.
Holy shit.
You don't know?
I don't know, Paula. Would you like to tell me what I'm playing?
I mean, I don't know. What speaks to you tonight?
Well, you
just did.
do.
I will say the adventure is designed generally to have 1 of each class, minimum.
So I should just leave then?
No.
Oh,
I said minimum. You can double up on them as well, but for example, there may be things that a rogue would be good at. There may be situations where a mage would be useful. So it is recommended that there is a mix of the 3 classes in the group.
I'll admit
No,
that
you don't have to necessarily do that. I'm just kind of giving you fair warning.
X for
So
doubt.
I feel like that means that we should do that.
That sounds like
What,
it.
you
It's,
four
it's a
fighters?
trap.
4 warriors? Is that what you're saying?
Pure warrior party. That's
Oh,
what we're saying
snap.
right now.
You undo it?
Hoplites. We're all playing Crusader warriors. That's the plan.
As long
But
as
when you-
nobody's better at being a warrior than I am at being a warrior.
I wonder how many traps are actually in the adventure, because that could be a lot of fun.
Well, if I go ahead and decide to go with the maid idea, there might be at least one trap.
Do we get bonus XP if we trip all the traps?
Ooh, that's a good point.
I mean, technically, you could consider it that way because the experience point system is based on how difficult the encounter ends up being. So if you're
My
setting
life is
off
difficult.
all the traps and and then fighting stuff, you're gonna be at a disadvantage. So yeah, you would get more experience.
Sir, let me tell you about my emotional trauma and how difficult it is just being here. How much XP do I get for that?
Only if it affects the actual difficulty of combat.
Oh, my PTSD is coming back, Peter.
Oh.
All right. So definitely a warrior. So now I have to choose a background.
Your backgrounds,
Oh,
by the way,
you're
can
in
also modify
background?
some of your stats. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Are you? What do you need help with,
Well,
Paula?
okay. So in the book, though, it goes through backgrounds first before.
No, it doesn't. Character creation on page 10 is concept, abilities, background. So you rolled your abilities. Right?
Yeah, and then background.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
where did you pick warrior?
I mean, I know I'm playing a warrior. That was my concept.
I know, but you skipped it.
No, that was number
Right?
1, my concept.
The concept's the first thing. It's the feeling in your
So you
heart.
don't
the
get
desire.
anything.
Uh-huh.
So you don't get anything for being a warrior.
He hasn't
yet.
he hasn't filled in that part of his character yet.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
not-
okay, because
Yeah.
he's going out of order
No, I'm
Yeah.
not.
in the book.
No, I'm on background. I just
It
said
doesn't
I'm on my
explain.
background.
Okay, I want to read. I want to see the warrior section. Where
that's
would
later.
that section be? Exactly.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I never said I was turning to that page. I'm so Paula, what you're doing this again. The other day you were trying to fight with me about something that I was like, why are you trying to fight? I don't understand. There's no fight going
Dad,
on.
stop fighting!
Mommy and Daddy are fighting.
I like it.
Okay, so for backgrounds, if that's where people are at, there's a few ones that, I mean, you can choose whatever you want, but I would recommend that you can justify the decisions, or it may complicate things when it comes to role playing. So Ferelden is essentially, it's one of the newest nations in the world of Thedas. It's one that sort of has a history of having been occupied by various forces over the last few centuries. Most recently, they were invaded by Orlais, or the Orlesians. They were driven back.
French.
Basically, yeah.
Olay.
They were driven
Obviously
back.
fantasy.
They were driven back. I think it's around 10 to 20 years prior to the start of this campaign. So a lot of people still remember what that occupation was like. So anyone, if you choose an Orlesian background, just note that could make your life more difficult, because people in Ferelden don't exactly, depending on where you go, they won't necessarily like you. Some of the cities, like the major cities, would be a little bit more lenient of having Orlesians there, typically as traders. But where you guys are going to end up being, which is sort of near the Deventer Woods, that's a little bit more.
Oh, we're gonna be in Teventer?
Not Deventer. I'm trying to think of the
The
Brazilian
Quarry
forest.
Wilds?
Yeah,
Oh,
the Brazilian wilds. Brazilian forest, yeah. So you're going to be sort of in a more, we'll say, rural part of Ferelden. So their tolerances aren't necessarily going to be the highest towards you. So then again, if you wanted to make an Orlesian, you're just trying to hide your background or your true nature, then you can do that. That's fine.
It's hard to hide that French accent, though.
It is hard to, but I mean, we watch TV shows with British actors that speak like with American accents, so I'm
We're
sure.
professionals.
You
Oh.
Lori. Yeah.
Make your character professional. The other background that doesn't quite would be something to be careful of is the like dwarven nobles, because dwarves don't like being on the surface. Once a dwarf leaves and starts living on the surface, they're basically exiled from their homeland. They're called surfacers. They're said to have lost their stone sense, and there's usually not allowed back in unless it's very special, extenuating
like a war or something.
So, for example, if they were to join in a war with like the Darkspawn, for example, that would be allowed. But if they stayed after that, then again they're sort of excommunicated. Now, like dwarven commoners, again, would be fine if they made it to the surface because they, might be getting a better life away from the strict caste system that the dwarves have to begin with. There's also dwarf surfacer one, but just keep in mind with the nobles, if you choose one, you're basically a noble that's in exile.
I think that's okay. We don't particularly like the dwarves on the surface, to be quite honest, so it all works out.
Other than that, the Kunari, everything else is totally fine. Again, though, Kunari are kind of looked at with suspicion. So
are the Talvashoth.
The Talvashoth are
despised.
They're hated by everyone, especially the Kunari, because they're members of the Kunari collective that basically abandoned their role in society.
Play one that hates themselves and be an
technically
emo.
The core book doesn't have like straight Kunari. It has the Barasad, which is the Kunari without horns.
Yep. They're sort of like the ones that get sent out when the Arishok has a question that needs to be answered.
Right.
And I mean, technically, anyone can be a Kunari because it's
the religion.
Yeah.
Okay. What about circle mages? How would they be dealt with here? Because you said magic's not exactly.
Yeah. So a circle mage is one that's undergone proper training.
Yes.
So it's not unreasonable that they may be allowed, depending on their rank, to be able to leave the circle. Again, there's examples of that all throughout the video games and stuff like that. So it is something that's possible. First level character be a little bit more difficult to justify. You could also be someone who's gone through the training to become a full circle mage, and then like escaped the circle as well. Like if you wanted to become an apostate, it's just the apostate in the book is basically someone who's never undergone training.
Okay, so I could play an apostate then if I plan on playing a caster?
Yeah.
I was thinking something like a hedge mage kind of thing. Would that be doable in this setting, or?
Yeah, I don't see. Like I said, the only thing you have to be careful of is showing your magical abilities in public.
Yes.
But other than that, yeah.
Well, I mean,
you might end up running against some Templars at some point who are trained to hunt down mages. But if you choose a circle mage and leave the circle, you're much more likely to be hunted down.
Yeah. Okay.
Because whenever a mage enters the circle, some of their blood is collected and put into it's transformed into a phylactery, which isn't like the D&D phylactery that a lich use. It's something that can basically be used as a homing beacon to locate anyone that abandons the circle.
Okay. And so, sorry, I'm eating up all the time, but I wanted to ask, how would I go about properly making a mage ability score wise?
So I got to get the actual stats in front of me because I got so many RPGs rolling around in my head. So you would want magic would be the first one that you want, obviously. Magic and willpower are basically your two most important ones, because willpower becomes very important when you get into more higher level dangerous spell casting.
Okay.
Because that's what you basically roll to avoid becoming possessed by a demon and then turning into abomination that the players have to fight. So yeah, I would go with magic and willpower as your two major ones. And then if you're someone who's trying to live outside of the circle, you may want a decent cunning.
Okay.
Cunning, dexterity, and perception might be your next two or your next three important ones.
Okay.
Strength overall is going to be your least important one.
All right.
Okay.
Enchantment. I'm gonna be the Ferelden noble background.
You're going with a noble.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I have to be all uppity. I could be like a low end noble.
Well, actually, Ferelden nobles aren't what other places would consider nobles anyway.
Right.
So Ferelden is much more militaristic in its structure. So as a noble, he would probably be someone who's expected to protect an area of land. So he could be like a knight, for example, which is sort of the lowest form of the nobility. And then you get up to like bands, which are kind of like mayors. Earls are kind of like governors or things like that. And then when you get up to Terns, they're almost like presidents or prime ministers, and then you have your monarch. But everyone answers to the monarch.
I totally want to be a knight. Can I be a knight?
Yeah.
How do you feel about this Antivan Wayfarer?
Antivan Wayfarer?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any issues with them.
Add 1 to my strength.
Because I could be a rogue. And I could do that. It's my background. The crows.
Yeah, you don't want to advertise that you're a member of the Crows.
Caca!
I speak for the crows.
They're assassins.
They're assassins, yeah.
Like
They're
hired by the whole
spies
world.
and assassins, yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
That
Why
would
do you
be
think
great.
she wants? Ooh.
I know.
Antivans also have a particular accent as well.
See,
Look, I don't know that that's going to work out for us, but like, I'll see what I can do.
I do not understand why you do not think it would work out for you. There are plenty of accents you can do quite well, I am sure.
Yeah,
Oui,
no,
oui.
I'll look it up.
Roll twice.
Well,
in the
just look for
noble
Zevran.
for benefit.
He's the character from Dragon Age, the video
Yeah.
games. That's
So I rolled a 9.
He was always very entertaining to me.
Oh yeah. So
Okay.
each background automatically gives you 1 to a set ability.
Yes.
So for example, the Antivan Wayfarer increases your communication by 1. So that's whatever the final number is that you put into your communication, that gets increased by 1. And then you roll twice on the chart. And I think
Oh,
you
okay.
doubles.
So you automatically get. Oh, you automatically get what's in like the bullet points here, and then does everybody roll twice on their chart?
It depends on what your background says, but yeah,
I'm pretty
it's
sure
all-
I'm pretty sure they all roll twice.
I think so too.
And you ignore duplicate rolls. So if you roll the same thing twice, you just re-roll until you get a different number.
Okay.
Dang, I don't like these. Oh well.
Here's a question for you. If we go ahead and I rolled a +1 on the magic for the human apostate, is that +1 to the overall score or +1 to the modifier?
It would be so this game only uses modifiers. They don't use the numbers that you rolled. You
Okay.
only concern yourself with them to find out what that starting modifier is, and then from that point on, that's all you use. So if you rolled +1 magic, it would increase the overall attribute.
Okay, so my magic instead of being a 3 would be a 4.
4.
Then.
Yep, you got
Okay.
it.
Oh.
Awesome.
So I can just write down whatever my modifier is in this ratings box, and then I don't need the scores after that.
No,
Then
the
I'm done with
scores are only used, to determine
Oh,
what those are.
okay. All right.
Awesome.
Cool.
And let me. So I rolled on the human apostate, and I also got focus, constitution, stamina.
So we'll get into what's like focuses are. They basically give you a +2 bonus to that specific roll. So if I tell you to make a Constitution Stamina roll, then you would roll your 3d6, and then you add your stat number, and then an extra +2 bonus because you have a focus in it.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And I'll go with willpower then, just because if I'm apostate, it kind of makes sense for me to have that.
Yeah.
Okay.
30
Awesome.
plus con. Oh, come on, really?
So I haven't heard much from Mr. B. and Drake. Is there any questions that you have? Or I don't want you to feel like we're ignoring you.
He doesn't speak English. You have to speak to him in
I even
Spanish.
sent you a message and was like, "What the crap are you gonna play?" And
Oh, I
you're
just
like,
see that. Yeah.
He's making a character right now, Paula.
And she cleaned that up too. I mean, there's a lot of filthy words in that.
Oh,
It's okay as long as it's in the chat. It won't
It matches her
demonetize.
mind. Filthy mind.
Blessed Mother ever.
Holy Santa Maria.
So Orlesian Exile. What are they exile? What are they exile of Orlesian or I don't know anything about the game, so help me.
So Orlesians, that's a nation.
Right.
So if you're exiled, you're basically not allowed back into Orlais, and if you're caught going back in, you'll probably face most likely execution.
Okay.
But
They're
you're
sort of
Orlesian, so you deserve it anyway.
so they're
That is true.
they're a really like decadent society.
Nice.
That places, it's all about substance over style, right? Or style over substance, sorry. So there's probably a number of reasons why someone could be exiled. And so whatever you want it to be, it could even be just something as simple as you made sort of a gaffe at a function, and it embarrassed your family enough that they wanted you to leave and never come back.
Okay.
He admitted to fudging his dice rolls behind the DM screen, and that was enough for an exile.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
"Yeah, you're
Okay.
done now."
That's
Yep.
execution. That's not exile.
They tried to cut off your hand, but you got away too quick.
I'd probably execute you for fudging your dice rolls. I kid.
Are we gonna do roll how we know each other? Are we gonna do that whole thing?
I think Draven, did you have an idea for how we would know each other, or do you want me to pull out a table, or what do you?
It's entirely up to whatever you guys want to do. If you want to roll randomly, if you have a table for that.
I have the Pathfinder one from the Ultimate
Okay.
Campaign book that I could pull up.
You did the Patreon one too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, and if you
did.
want to get more of my tables, just sign
I
up
would
for
love
my
to.
Patreon.
Look at that.
Well,
That's
since-
softball free plug right
Do
there.
we all know,
since we're plugging plugging his Patreon, why don't you use that chart so you can demonstrate how useful it would be to support
Do
you
we
on
want the D100?
what should be so questionable?
I
Is it
would
D-
love the D100.
Or there's another one that I think is only a D20.
I
pull
think
them
it's
both
just a D21 for the how you know each other.
Well,
Do we
there's-
all know
there's
like
two.
some sort of is there like a common language or something? Like it says here's
called
some
trade
other
tongue.
languages.
It's Trade Tongue, yeah.
Oh, okay.
We all knew that. We're like, bam! Trade tongue, Paula.
It.
Or us Fereldans call it the King's tongue.
Mm.
Or as us civilized
Okay,
people
we should
call
use the
it
D100
English.
list. It's way more specific.
Oh, okay.
It might not apply to this setting, though.
Doesn't
Well,
matter.
we just have to see what the result is, and if it
You
doesn't
know what?
make
We can
sense.
We'll do that at
adapt.
the end, though.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and overcome.
Yep. Ooh.
There we go. All right. Okay. So does everybody know, are you guys still doing backgrounds? Are we on classes yet?
Yeah. I mean,
I'll wait.
So
Yeah.
you said
I
it's a plus to the modifier, right?
Yeah, all you use is the modifier.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So any plus or minus, if it's for an attribute, it's to the actual.
Yeah, once you do that initial conversion, you never look at the big number you roll.
Yeah, I mean, technically, it's not the modifier; it's just the attribute which gets used, like added to things.
Okay. So we just go down the line, like pick one of the following ability focuses and blah, 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 and choose a class and then roll twice and all that good stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. So make sure. So for Orlesian Exile, you would add one to communication,
Right.
and then you could choose between persuasion with communication or cultural lore. And you get your languages, and you just roll
Okay.
Roll twice. I would recommend doing that before switching over to the class information.
Yeah.
I love it. Shadowcat said, "A dirty mind is a terrible thing to waste." I agree.
It is.
Ralik Kalar. Can't wait for more of this. Thanks for session 0. Not a problem. Is anybody else playing a warrior? Or am I the only warrior?
Well,
We aren't sure yet.
I'm maybe people know at this point. I was just asking.
I'm gonna play a rogue, but
Well, I'm gonna say exactly what I'm doing, just so everyone knows. I'm playing a mage, and my main goal with this mage is to be a buffer, primarily using primal magic. And what I'm thinking about doing is the getting the level 2 spells eventually with the flaming weapon and stuff like that. That just buffs everyone's damage and abilities.
Oh, cool. I like that.
That's how I'm playing. My main goal is to reinforce the front line. People who use weapons are going to get buffed by me mainly.
Nice.
That's
so
what I'm
that's
thinking.
far more developed character than what I have.
I was just reading through the spell list and I saw flame weapon and it said, "Ooh, all weapons that I give this to within 10 yards of me deal an extra 1d6 damage." I like that. Let's do that.
It's a great
that
spell
sounds
that
cool.
never gets used in the video game unless it's by an NPC.
I'm an NPC. Yes. I knew
True.
this day would come.
Life goals.
That just
Life
means
goal achieved.
you got longevity there then.
You see, the maid character.
Every
is coming
playthrough, you're
along.
going to be there.
Exactly. I'm never leaving. I'm just going to be this really annoying NPC. Hey, listen. Hey, listen.
What? Since when are you becoming a fairy?
You're just jealous that you didn't know I was a fairy.
I love Zelda. That was a great game.
I love you too, Juice. I mean, yes, I do love the game, Zelda.
Okay, so, and then Peter, you don't know what class you're playing?
He's playing my best friend.
See, you're
A warrior?
a Ferelden noble warrior. I'll have to be a warrior too.
Oh, okay.
I buff everyone.
So what kind of warrior are you going to be? Like, what kind of, are you
Orlesian Exile.
going to use like a shield and sword, a great weapon?
I haven't got that far.
See?
I just don't want to pick the same. That's the only thing. That's
So the class information starts on page 34.
Yeah.
It starts with mage, rogue.
You mean
and then
after you
warrior.
pick the background?
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, how does that work then for mage?
So for mage,
Yes, I am on that page.
so you get all the things where I assume the PDF is the exact same as the actual
Yeah.
like physical
Well,
rule book,
yes.
right? Yeah. So
And
at
we're
the
using
bottom
the
of
thick rule book version, not
Yeah.
the box set versions. I don't
Yeah.
know.
That's the only book we're allowed is the
Yep.
thick rule book.
Yeah.
We don't use, anything else.
well,
Well, originally
the other
this game came out in box sets, first level through fifth, and
yeah, this is the Game Master Guide from set 1.
yeah.
But the information
Always go thick.
is literally the same,
Yeah.
except for maybe some corrections for errata. So at the bottom of page 34, you'll see where it says class powers. Right above that, it gives you your primary abilities, secondary abilities, starting health, and the weapons that you're considered to be proficient in.
How do I mark these on the page?
So there should be checkboxes on the character sheet
Yes.
next to the attributes. So the ones that are your primary, you're going to check those boxes.
Okay, so cunning, magic, and willpower, correct?
Yep. So whenever you gain levels, different levels give you ability to increase different attributes based off of whether they're even or odd levels. So I think at second level, at even number levels, you have to put your bonuses into secondary abilities,
Okay.
and then on your odd numbered levels, you get to increase your primary abilities.
Is that marked on the class powers or is that marked somewhere else in the book?
That's under leveling up, which is actually on page 32.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll cross that bridge when we come.
Yeah. Leveling up, that's a good one.
Yeah.
All right. So since
Is
we
there-
have a competitor of mine apparently in the group, watch us roll like best friends or something. But since we have a competitor in the group, I had to go big, so I'm doing two-hander style.
Like I said, always go thick.
Uh-huh.
So
Bigger is
fighters, warriors, they can choose between archery, dual weapon style, single weapon style, throwing weapons, two-handed, or weapon and shield.
Yep. So I took archery and two-hander, and then I automatically get armor training.
So I think archery and dual weapon would both, you want to have like a higher dexterity for those ones?
No, not dual weapon, two-hander. So great weapons.
No. I'm saying for
okay.
Yeah, for Drake. But the other ones are all pretty much based on strength. So if you take dual weapon, for example, you can be flashy. Or you could play an archer and shoot arrows over the shoulders of the other warrior.
Yup.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, it's a time-tested tactic.
Well, I mean, I took archery for that sole purpose, like I always do when I make a fighter in a new system, for that sole purpose of skinning Drake's ear. And
you get used to it after a while.
Yeah.
It is a nice ear, let's be honest. I'd want to skin it as well.
It'll be nicer with a chunk missing.
I think so. Insight check. Does BN Drake agree?
Scars had character, right?
All right.
I have no idea what these people are talking about either, everyone. But I'm going along with it.
Okay, so one of the first things, so after you determine what your primary and secondary attributes are, for your health, so for mage, since that's the page I'm on right now, you start with 20 health plus your con score.
1.
And then you roll a d6 and add that to the total.
Okay. So it's 21, and then I roll a d6, and I rolled a 6.
Okay. So that would give you 27 hit points.
Ooh, I am Buffy.
Vampire Slayer.
They can deplete pretty quickly.
Yes,
especially if you don't have armor. You may want to take, I think it's called, is it rock armor? You may want to look into that one, because armor is really important because it's like damage reduction.
Oh, so much for my lacy lingerie idea. Oh, well.
That's my goal.
It just becomes rocky when you get into combat.
I was looking forward to that one.
For rogues, it's 25 plus your constitution plus 1d6.
I got a 29 for that.
Okay, and you'll never guess what it's going to be for warriors. It's 30 plus your con plus 1d6. So 20, 25, 30.
Yeah, I rolled poorly. So
that doesn't.
It doesn't make too much of a difference in the grand scheme, but it still upset me.
No, it does track with the last time I saw you make a warrior.
Yeah, well, 34, or was it 34 or 32? 34 health isn't bad.
That's not bad. Did you roll a 1?
I rolled a 2.
Okay.
I did as well.
You got 34 also?
No, I have 33.
Oh, your constitution's not as good.
No.
You have a 1.
Well, that means you have to hide behind Juce because he's the tank.
Let's just be honest. I'm the alpha of the group.
You can tell by his nose. Juice,
I
where's
don't know
that?
how this is gonna go. I don't know.
I get 3 weapons. Ooh.
Okay, so also with so after you got that stuff, so with mages, you have your weapon groups. I think that's near the bottom of the character sheet. I don't have a character sheet right in front of me.
Walling and staves.
Yep, and then you get your abilities for first level. So you get the arcane lance.
Yes.
So that's basically like it's like a magic missile type attack, except you still have to roll to hit. But it doesn't use mana points, so you can always do. It's like a cantrip in D&D 5th edition.
Do I put it under ranged weapons on the character sheet?
I always have.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just easy. Just mark it as arcane lance.
Okay. And what's the attack roll for it?
So you would roll your magic. So you rolled like the 3d6, and you would add your magic stat to it.
Okay, so a +4 then.
Yeah, and if you have focus, which I don't think you do.
I don't think I have focuses.
But you can take focus in it as well, which will give you an extra +2. And it does 1d6 plus your magic or your magic score attribute in damage.
Okay. So 1d6 +4. Okay.
Yep. And then with magic training, you start with 3 spells.
Okay.
So any 3 first level spells that you want to choose, that's up to you.
Okay.
And then your mana pool is equal to 10 plus your magic score plus 1d6.
Okay, so it is 10 plus 4 plus 6 again.
Yeah.
So 20.
And you regenerate magic points a lot faster than you do with health points.
Mm-hmm. Yes, when you take a breather, correct?
Yeah, I think you have to take like a 10-minute rest, and then you can regain a certain amount. I was hoping that was going to be listed on the GM screen, but I don't see it. So when we get to the actual, like, just running the session, then I'll make sure I have that information handy, because it's been a while.
Yeah.
The last time I
Health
ran,
recovers quick in Dragon Age 2, though.
it does,
Like
but
within 5 minutes of combat, you get like a bunch of health back.
yeah, 5 plus con. 6 hours gives you 10 plus your con plus your level back. But that's only like you get that once after 5 minutes, and then you have to rest. I think with magic points, it's like every 10 minutes or something like that. 5 or 10 minutes you regain.
Oh wow!
Ooh.
I think. Again, I have to look that up, because the last time I ran this was for a convention that I was running games at, and that was in 2019. So still a little rusty with some of the stuff.
Yep.
It's all good.
I have a question. And I don't know if I'm skipping ahead here a little bit, but at the end of like all the classes, there's like a defense and speed section, which then it mentions like, oh, if you're a dwarf or an elf or a human. Did we already pick that?
No.
Okay.
We'll get to that after we have all the class stuff. Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss information on that, because I didn't
Nope,
see anything.
that's on page 41, so it's right after the warrior class.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah. All right, so do you have all your rogue abilities, or do you need any explanations for those?
I think I'm good. I got backstab.
Mhm.
Can use leather armor without penalty. I got bows, brawling, light blades, and staves.
Okay, and your
Right.
and don't forget to choose your starting talents as well.
I wrote that down. I was gonna look at those because I'm pretty sure what I'm gonna pick, but I just wanted to read about them real quick.
My name is John Targaryen.
Oh my gosh! Shush your mouth.
That's my name too.
For the mage, before I forget, you also need to know what your spell power is. I think there's a spot for that on the character sheet. I'm not. Let me just see here.
See, class powers and spells.
I wish they gave me more
unlimited spell
names.
Okay.
So,
Wow.
Juice, what did you pick out of the weapon group?
I went heavy weapons and bows. So 2-handers and bows.
So under
Or
class
archery.
abilities, specializations, I would just write in your spell power, which is 10 plus your magic stat.
So 14.
Yeah, basically there's certain things that it's kind of like if someone has to roll a saving throw effectively, that's like your DC.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
There we go.
But it's 3 you get. So it's plus any 3 of the following.
Sorry. So I took archery and 2-handers is my talents. Under weapons,
I
took heavy blades, bows, and axes.
This is actually a question for you, Durgan. Will this
I
be
forgot to change that name. Hold on,
Yeah,
sorry.
I was about to say Durgan. That sounds weird.
Yeah, that's for the Pathfinder
That
game.
doesn't sound right.
Wasn't supposed to remember it. I don't know why I did.
I remembered mine too. I know how to change it.
Yeah, you just call me Dave. That's my name.
Okay, that's easier. Is your game going to be lore heavy?
I guess it depends. If you're not super familiar with it, I don't want to beat you over the head with it necessarily.
Because I'm thinking about taking the lore for one of my talents that I can pick.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you take something like that, I will try to make sure that you get chances to use it.
Okay, yeah. I just want to make sure it's going to be of use, and it's.
Yeah.
I've been in a few games.
Oh yeah. No, just let me know what the general focus is for the lore, and I'll see what I can do to incorporate it.
Okay, yeah, because it just says general lore for the thing here.
Okay. I wish the equipment was with the equipment.
They got rid of equipment. Equipment's too complicated.
No, they have a section for equipment, and then you have to flip towards not towards the back, but
the section
much
for
later to get the equipment.
Yeah, the section for equipment is for your starting stuff.
Yeah,
and then you can add extras.
Choose 3 items, but you have to go forward 30 pages.
Yeah.
I'm just complaining to complain though. So I get.
Oh yeah, the layout is very similar to the box sets, so that's probably why.
Did you say that we were going to be in the city a lot, or you said we were
not right now?
out?
No, you're sort of out in the wilds almost.
Okay. Do we get more? I don't even know what these are called. Focuses, talents, and specializations as we level.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So your specializations and talents are depending on you'll get them at certain levels of the character class. For your focuses, you could choose one new ability focus whenever you gain a level, but on even numbered levels, it has to be one of your secondary has to be attached to one of your secondary attributes. And then every odd numbered level, you can choose one from one of your primary attributes. So if dexterity and cunning is your primary ones, you would have to choose from other attributes when you gain second level.
Okay. All right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to pick what I want to do.
Now, I can only pick spells that don't have any other requirement at level 1, correct?
Right. Yes.
Okay. Just checking. I apologize. It takes a while for me to type in each spell individually.
No, you're fine.
So is everybody good on what their classes provide them? They've got all that information.
Yup. I'm on
their sheets.
Yes.
Okay, so starting equipment is on page 40. So everyone gets a backpack, traveling clothes, and a water skin, and then it gives you, if you're a mage, what you can have for your starting equipment, if you're a rogue, or if you're a warrior.
Yep.
And then if you have a ranged weapon, you can get ammunition for it. And then you also get silver pieces that you can use to buy additional equipment. So it uses sort of a silver standard for everything. And
can
it's
you
basically
trade some of your starting equipment for gold, or not gold, but silver.
For silver. Yeah, as long as it makes sense.
For example, I have heavy leather armor.
Mm-hmm.
I want better armor. I'm probably going to spend all my money for better armor. Can I trade that armor though to also do that?
Sure, you're a knight, so you would have better armor to start with. So just take off the leather armor, and just add its gold value to your pool.
Perfect. Okay, cool.
Or just take the difference between the two and subtract that from your pool.
Gotcha.
It uses silver pieces as a standard, and it's basically in increments of 100. So you have copper pieces. It takes 100 copper pieces to make a silver piece, and it takes 100 silver pieces to make a gold.
Okay.
What page is the equipment on?
So the starting equipment is on page 40, and then to go and choose what you buy, that is on. It's a little weirdly formatted. Hold on. That starts on page 75.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Quick question. So we also start with an additional 50 plus 3d6 silver pieces, correct?
Yes.
Okay, let me hold that. Oh, that's. Wish I would have gotten that from some of my ability stats. That's a 15 right there. So that's 65, and we can purchase things with that money beforehand?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's basically just an amount that you use for your starting equipment.
Okay.
It's kind of like the starting equipment could represent things like gifts or things that were handed down. And then whatever gold or whatever silver you have left over is just what pocket money you have.
Okay, awesome.
Is there a penalty for like 2-weapon fighting? Or is that, like, do you need a special ability to do that, or?
I think the
there is some
talents.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the talent. Just a second. 2-weapon fighting. Oh no, it's called dual weapon, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, dual weapon style. So if you're novice, wielding 2 weapons can aid you in attack and defense. If you take the activate action, you can either gain a +1 bonus to your melee attack rolls or a +1 to defense versus melee attacks until the end of the encounter. There might not be.
I think you just don't get your bonus on the attacks.
I think, yeah.
I didn't see anything when I was running it, and maybe someone who's watching knows, and they can let us know in chat. Hinterland Support Circle. That should be our name.
It might be under modifiers.
I was thinking that we needed to contact the Hinterland Support Circle for advice on the 2-weapon fighting.
So I'd like to contact the Hinterland Support Circle. I'm sorry, sir. You're going to have to call a different number.
Is this the Hinterland Support Circle? It is. Oh, cool. I've been looking to contact you. Sorry. Please hold. Make them hold for 3 hours. If they're still on.
Where's?
You're next in line. And then just make them wait another 3 hours.
Your call number is 527.
I think it'd be better if it was just like kept repeating over and over again. Like, your estimated wait time is 1 minute.
If you'd like to make a call, please hang up and try your call again. If you need help, hang up and then dial your operator.
If you would like us to call you back at a specific number.
So about that light source, guys.
What light source?
The one we're going to need.
Okay, hold on. Look, I'm trying to pick out my weapon, okay? Like, you're over there trying to plan out the whole campaign.
No, I'm not.
That's actually good.
Okay,
I don't even know what I'm going to use to fight yet.
So when it comes to attacks, I think you only get 1 attack even if you're using 2 weapons. So the starting talent gives you that +1 bonus to attack. So it's as if you're using both weapons, to like 1 to distract, 1 to attack with, or 1 to parry with. And then I think after that you might get. So a journeyman, you can perform the lightning attack stunt for 1 less stun point, but the attack has to come from your secondary weapon. So you're gonna have to wait a little bit before you're actually striking with both, and the second one's going to be based off of generating stun points.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. As for a light source, I vote we go ahead and we buy a lantern and a piece of wood, and we make a little leather wooden strap that we can tie to Juce's head with a lantern hanging down in front of him.
No. I'm a noble. I won't be seen looking stupid.
Well, it's not. It's going to be fashionable. We're going to also put 2 water skins on either side and a straw going
Yeah,
in.
if you start wearing it, everybody else will too. It'll become a whole new fashion trend.
I'm not Orlesian. I don't care about fashion.
If you're a noble, you can hire a lantern bearer.
Here we go.
Wait, how much does a lantern bearer cost? To hire a hireling?
More than I will ever pay.
That's a good question. I don't know if they have hirelings in the. I'll have to look that up.
2 silver a day, and I go ahead and give them food. That's a good deal, right?
It's actually not the worst. I suspect a lot of labor is probably paid in copper.
I rest my case.
So
Well, we're
you're
taking them
going
into
with
dangerous places. Come on.
Yeah, well, you might need more than that.
I only have 1 silver left, so I can't.
Oh gosh, Peter, did you decide what type of weapons you're getting?
Yes, I'm working on that right now.
What are you going for?
I've got a throwing axe, a mace, and a short sword.
Okay.
Now, I'm an NPC, so would I have an easier time talking to people, or?
Yes, but you can only choose from very specific responses.
After
Okay,
people
okay.
talk to you.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
Well,
as a
Juice is
mage, you can summon just this glowing exclamation mark that can
Yep.
hover over your head to draw people over to you.
Ah, greetings, adventurer. Please help me solve my problem. I have lost my shoe in the woods. Find it for me, and I will give you this copper piece and a used pregnancy test. You'll love it.
The used pregnancy test.
Isn't that what you get from those low-level quests? I don't know. It's been a long time since I played the Bethesda game, okay?
You kids in your video
That
games.
sounds more like it comes from the book of erotic fantasy, which no one should ever look up, by the way.
You
Well, now
know
that you've
he's
said
going
that.
to now. You know.
I'm just gonna order it. I'm gonna blind order.
Oh, I await your
Incognito
review.
mode.
What did
Yes,
you
I will
get
be
me
doing
into here? Okay.
Oh, you're gonna be into it, Paula? Yeah, we're definitely doing this.
Oh, that's actually some pretty damn cool looking cover art on the book. I do like that. So that's what my character looks
Oh,
like.
man.
Actually,
Much for
I
not
All right,
Googling
I
it.
think I'm gonna go with a short bow.
know the rules, and so do I. You mention it, Google is asked. Well, I have one spell left at the moment. I have Flame Blast and Rock Armor. What else do I need?
I mean, to be fair, Dragon Age does have a lot of things that get pretty erotic. So
It's true.
The
Yeah,
fan
true.
art out there,
There,
pretty
yeah,
erotic too.
there's some, you know.
I don't think I have much of an interest in going down the rabbit hole that is Dragon Age fan art.
Paula did walk in as my character was romancing Cassandra last time I played. So. Off in
Notice
the
how
woods.
she never walks in when you're and my character are romancing each other, Juice.
Your character is not a romanceable option in the game.
Yes, but I'm a romanceable option to you.
I don't know. Paula disagrees with that.
Please, I'm straight and very
I
lonely.
mean,
Oh, she's giving me the green light. It's on. I'm coming to California.
What?
I'm flying
wait,
out.
do I get to go to California too? Because
No.
then maybe I could get on board with it.
No, I don't think so. You'd ruin our romancing time.
Oh.
Paula, I'm as good as it gets in California. You don't want to come here.
Heal's a decent spell to have if someone ever finds himself dying.
Yeah,
has-
but I don't like
Someone
these
ever
people.
finds himself dying. Who are
Well,
who are you
I-
talking to?
You need to be prepared for the eventuality that someone is going to get knocked down.
That's actually a
Do
question.
they get up again?
Well, that depends on if someone can heal them or not.
Well, you're never going to keep them down. Let's be honest here.
I know. But they get up again.
But you're never going to keep them down.
Yep.
Chumbawamba, Tub Thumper.
Does anyone know any other song they did?
Yes. Cry. What was it? Oh, shoot. I used to have the CD. So
Probably
that's-
because he looked it up one
No,
time.
I had the CD. That was one of the first CDs I ever bought
So I guess right now the answer is no then.
with the Demon Baby. I'm not going to sing it, but there's other songs. They still make
Oh,
music.
No, I know they had other songs,
They
but for
still
the life
make
of me,
music today.
Yeah, but we
That's-
don't count it as music. We count it as the band that did that one song.
That one hit wonder.
Yeah. Actually, I have a question for you again. Okay, what do you think? No,
I can't really answer that one. That's
what about when the mana cost has a dash next to it? And then
has-
another number, 3 to 8, for example.
so it's variable. So you can put in different amounts. So like just because I still have it open. So heal, you can spend 1 mana point to heal 1d6, or you could spend 2 to heal 2d6 or 3. So it's up to you how much you want to put into it. Some of them may require that you do it in certain increments. Like you may have to pump in like 1, 5, 10, or whatever.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
How dare you? Trying to confuse me with your logic and reason. You get out here with this. I am not a clever man. I got lost on my way to the kitchen and wound up in hell.
Shock's a first level spell. I don't know. Did you say you had that one yet?
No, I'm going with Flame Blast, Rock Armor, and...
oh, you have Flame Blast. Okay. Yeah.
Well, Flame Blast, when I level up, I can get Flaming
Flame
Weapons.
Blades. Yeah.
Yep. And we have so many martial classes that use that stuff.
Yep,
Yeah.
basically everybody else.
Yep.
Do we need to like buy oh we do. So we just get a backpack, clothes, water skin. Okay, so we need to buy like a bedroll and accessories.
Screw
Yes.
bedrolls.
If
The
you
only
want them,
type
yes.
of rations that are mentioned in here, though, are dried up food for 25 silver.
Could I kill a goat and then just cook it for us?
Well, yes, you could.
That's
I mean,
dry
like I do
food.
in
There's
real
wet
life.
food, too.
Oh,
Oh,
is
yeah.
there wet food that I can get in a can and eat like a dog? So I have my dog wet food or my harder dry food?
No, actually, Fereldans treat their dogs pretty seriously, so
Oh, only the wet food.
I
I
don't
Yeah.
see rations on here.
It's not. It's dried food by the pound, which is 25 silver, or wet food. Or you could buy like honey or other crap. You just got to keep flipping.
Is
Like
that
when-
not in the equipment section?
It is. You just keep flipping pages. Next is storage. Then it's
Oh.
tools. Then it's clothes
wow.
and fashion.
Oh,
It's on
fashion.
page
Here we go.
86.
This is my, there we now.
Food, 1
There's-
pound.
Oh
dried.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, 3 silver, not 25. Oh,
yeah,
got
I was going to say
25
that didn't sound right. Yeah, so you can get dried food or fresh food. So it doesn't necessarily have to be wet. It's just not like salted or...
1
wouldn't
pound
last as
of
long.
dried food, it says, is 4 silver. What are you
Yeah,
talking
that-
about? 25.
I told
That's
you
also-
I was wrong. I misspoke.
That's also in trade goods.
Ooh,
Rations per week is on page 89 under
Is it?
food and lodging. Yep.
Oh, see, I should have kept flipping pages. Dang it.
Gosh.
Yeah.
How much
so
is it?
you may have been thinking of dried meat at 35 copper.
Maybe that's what it was.
But yeah,
Oh.
so rations, so it's 2 silver for 1 week's worth of rations, travel rations.
God, a bedroll is 10 silver pieces. Yeah, it's an expensive piece of kit.
Well, I got 1 week rations.
Now, I don't use a spell book like a 5e wizard. I just know all of my spells, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
How many copper are in 1 silver? Again, did you say?
I think it's 100, 100, and yeah. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, 1 silver is 100 copper pieces. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure that's the way. I just want to make. That's how it works in the video games. I just want to make sure that it's not like base 10 like in D&D before I really throw everything off. Okay, no, yeah. So 1 gold is equal to 100 silver or equal to 10,000 copper.
Now, how much is that in metric as opposed to imperial?
Well, I'm in Canada, so this would be metric.
Oh, so in imperial, it's going to be like 15 copper then.
Yeah,
And,
something weird like that.
Yeah, the exchange rate of 37 silver. Okay, yeah. What would be the skill we need to cook something? If I were to buy, for example, a frying pan and then use it to cook food.
Well, let's look under the different focuses.
Ooh, I'm getting one of those.
Let's see. So cunning has brewing.
I am cunning.
I mean, yeah, I would say it would just. I mean, I wouldn't make you roll for it.
Okay.
Oh,
Willpower.
please, make him roll.
See if we can stomach it. Ooh, I am definitely getting a hand mirror. That's infinitely. I play a lot of rogues in 5e. Okay, I like that stuff. I know the use of hand mirrors and rope.
They come in pretty handy.
Can I use a lockpick kit without like a specific skill for it?
You would need the. I mean, well, so there's the dexterity focus for traps, which is used for disarming traps and other mechanical devices. Which I would assume would. Oh no, lockpicking is actually a focus. Never mind. So you can do it, but you wouldn't get the bonus necessarily for having the focus. And depending on how fancy the lock is, you might not be able to do it if you don't have the focus in it. Like if you're not specifically trained in lock picking.
That makes sense, but I could be in the future, so maybe I'm proactive.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm working on it right now, which would justify me having it in the future.
Sure. You're just not quite there yet.
Yeah. Everything's a work in progress.
Like in Skyrim, when you try to pick a master lock at first level.
Hey, you go ahead and you keep at that for about 15 minutes. You'll get through that lock if you have enough picks.
That's true. Although at that level, it's really hard to have enough picks.
Yeah.
At least they're cheap.
That's true. But I just hate it when you look at your controller and the pick snaps.
Yeah.
Ooh, you shut your mouth. That hurts.
Yeah, because it's like as soon as you just tap the button, it pretty much breaks at that point.
Yeah. Even though they're the same picks, regardless of what your skill is.
Well, you weren't using enough finesse. You were muscling it.
I guess.
How do we get additional fuel for a lantern?
It should be under, I think it's under oil.
Because I'm looking at lantern and it says a lantern is like a lamp, but a lantern will burn for about 6 hours, but it doesn't say anything about what it's burning.
Would you happen to have the page that you're on for the description?
That's 81.
81. Oh, okay.
No, 82. I'm sorry, 82.
Oh, that's right. 82 lantern.
It's magic. It just burns for 6 hours, then explodes.
Enchantment. It's enchanted.
It's a bomb.
Enchantment.
That second, oil might be under something else, just because the organization is a little strange. So let me just look through all the different.
Yeah, because I'm at clothing and I'm not seeing it. Now I'm at trade goods and I'm not seeing it.
Home and hearth. Page 89. Oil. 1 pint is 8 copper pieces.
Jesus, they hid that a good deal away from the lantern.
Yeah, like I said, they did organize the stuff like in the box sets. I think everything was just all together.
Okay.
But I think different books, like different players' books, had different things. So,
how does encumbrance work in this game?
I don't usually worry about it unless you're carrying a ridiculous amount of stuff.
Well, I was thinking about carrying 4 things of oil, so 4 pints in a.
He's like, here we go. I'm carrying 4 barrels on my back. Encumbrance. Encumbrance. That's a new meme.
No, but what would be considered reasonable in your mind?
I mean, I don't think it would be unreasonable to have 4 pints like in your backpack. You're a mage. You don't have to carry a lot of stuff with you.
Yeah, armor, weapon wise. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you could even have them on like a belt or something, like a bandolier.
No, that is
encumbrance.
See, you're even saying it in that cadence.
It's not listed under that, so it might be a carrying capacity. Or we just may not worry about it at all.
Okay. Fake news. Doesn't exist.
Yeah. I mean, in the video game, your backpacks just give you slots, so.
Oh, that's
it. Yeah, it's not about weight.
Yeah.
I carry a whole ton of heavy armor on my bag.
Yeah, like three suits of heavy plate.
Yeah. I think you
like
can
full suits.
In Inquisition, you have like 75 slot items, not counting all the ore and other stuff you can carry.
Yeah.
So it's not a big deal in the.
Yeah, and actually, if you're carrying multiples of the same item, it counts as 1.
Yeah, you'll have 100 chunks of ore that can make 17 pieces of heavy armor.
Actually, but as long as you make the same piece of heavy armor with all those, then it's still only 1 item.
Perfect.
Yeah. So I don't see any listings for carrying capacity or encumbrance. So I'm just going to say that again, as long as it's like reasonable.
Okay.
Like if you start trying to carry out every statue you find in a place, then we'll talk.
What? Okay. I can get behind that. Let me see here. So each page of paper costs 3 copper pieces. Oh my god. Expensive.
You can
My
just
character's
buy,
made.
but just buy a book.
Wait,
That's
where's
nice
the
and,
book listed? Oh,
Yeah, the book's listed.
there it
It's
is.
gold.
Oh, that's gold. Yeah, geez.
oh, okay, never mind. I just saw a book. I didn't actually look to see what its cost was.
God, my heart. Oh, jeez. I gotta go to the hospital after that.
You might eventually be able to get one.
Well, 3 copper pieces and it's 10 copper per silver, correct?
That's
Is
no, it's 100 copper per
Oh.
silver.
Okay. So, wait. For 30 pages in a book, it costs me 10 gold pieces.
Well,
Or
but you're
10
getting a nice like leather bound gold inlay.
I
Yeah,
could
you
go
know,
to
a silk
trade goods
bookmark.
and
You know,
I
like
could go
like the
straight
stuff you get at the
to
Ren
buy
Fair, man. Come on.
yeah, phew. Oh, good heavens! Oh.
Or a special edition RPG book. You know how expensive those are.
No,
The
I go to
Pathfinder
yard
ones in
sale.
Canada cost almost $100.
Jeez.
Do you need a hug?
No, I'm good. I had store credit, so I paid like 30 for it.
Oh my! Whew. I didn't know what to do. Oh God, I was.
How you doing over there, Paula? You haven't talked lately.
Yeah, I'm reading about how I was trying to read about how poison works.
Mm.
Oh, that sounds ominous.
Someone's a poisoner.
Intent.
We're with some real good people in this group.
Well,
I'm
there's
here
no.
looking at books and quills and ink, and she's like, poison, eh?
There is
Well,
no
there's-
alignment in Dragon Age.
Yeah, and there's this like they have crow poison.
That's anti-even
Anti-
crows.
Yeah.
Anti-birds.
It's not
It
like
costs-
blood from a crow.
Yeah.
I know.
That costs like anywhere between 20 silver and 1 gold.
Well, I know, but I have some extra left over.
Now, do we need
Maybe
soap?
I could do this like hail's dust.
You don't need it, but it could be recommended.
I'm getting it just because I always do that stuff because I'm stupid and I like to roleplay.
Does soap work on a dirty mind?
Oh,
Then, if it doesn't, then it won't. Yeah, it won't help.
you
No, but
need
it works
you
on a
need-
dirty mouth. So
You need a soap preaching fire to deal with my mind. That's how
Dirty mouth. Well,
it
that
is.
means we need our daddy here to shove soap in our mouth, and that ain't happening.
Well, you
Use-
call me
use it for
daddy
interrogation
sometimes, so I mean,
purposes.
but if you have an Orlesian in your group, exiled or not, he may be someone who is keen on proper hygiene.
Maybe that's why I was exiled.
And, well, actually, that
oh, he never bathed.
you know what that very well could be. Most Orlesians say that Ferelden smells like wet dog no matter where you go.
Maybe
Dude,
he-
that's you, Peter. You're the anti-Orlesian who's Orlesian.
That's why he was exiled. He never bathed.
Yeah, never
Backstory,
bathed, doesn't care for decorum.
backstory got.
That's great.
Now, for traveling clothes that we start with, what does that incorporate exactly? Because we have a whole list of clothing here.
So traveling clothes would be fairly basic. So you're looking at for
A mage.
yeah, I mean for a mage, you're probably looking at like just common clothes, pants, a shirt. It could be a robe if you're daring.
I don't think I want to advertise myself that much if I'm an apostate.
Yeah, so you could just wear like normal, like just cloth clothing. You probably would also have like a cloak that you can use to shield yourself from rain and just for different if it starts to get a little bit colder.
Okay, I just want to check.
Ferelden is kind of a cold, damp area at
Okay.
times. So like your boots would probably be like thick and furry, like fur boots that are like thick enough that they'll keep your feet
Boots
warm
with the
and
The
dry.
fur.
boots with the fur. Yep. And
Oh,
do I have
Bob was
the apple
looking
bottom breeches?
If that's a reference, I honestly don't get it. I'm sorry.
That makes it so much
That's
better.
okay. That's okay.
It's a reference to a song that was really popular like 15 years ago.
It was
What was the
really
song?
popular when we used to work at the bar.
What's the song?
You remember
Apple
that?
bottom jeans, the boots with the fur, the whole. I can't remember the actual.
Everybody
That's the
was
only part I
looking at
remember.
her.
Okay, yeah, it doesn't ring a bell, but
It was like a top 40 song.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like 2009, 2008 it came out, but yeah.
okay, yeah, I wouldn't know that. My taste in music is pretty narrow.
Oh, that was great. You made my night there.
Glad to be of service.
Let's see.
That's
here.
such a Canadian thing to say. So I'm glad I could
I'm sorry.
entertain you.
Oh,
Damn
there we
it!
go. The hits just keep on coming here.
Yeah, sorry about that, eh?
I'll boot that.
Hey, we don't actually say a boot.
Yeah, let's not be judgmental and racist here. We're not going that far.
Yeah. Although I watched one, I don't even know who the person was, but it was just someone talking about Canadian culture, and he would say a boot in the video
Mhm.
every single time, and you could tell it was super forced.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, no, we don't.
There's like those comedy shows that are kind of like SNL and they like do skits and stuff they're in Canada and they make fun of Canadians all the time.
Oh yeah, we make fun of ourselves a
I
lot.
love that stuff. It's so funny to me. It's
Especially-
clear they're making fun of themselves.
Yeah, especially being from the Maritimes, we've learned to have a good sense of humor.
Yeah.
Because you kind of
And you're not even from Arizona. Ba-doom. Thank you.
He's here all week. Trust me, we can't get rid of him. We're trying. How much is a pack animal? Let's
Too
see
much.
here.
Everything is too
Probably.
much.
For clarification, can I use a longbow while wearing a gauntlet or no?
be able to. Why does your rogue have a gauntlet?
It was an option.
course.
I
so-
challenge you to a duel.
You know what? It was there and I could do it, so I did it.
I've
okay?
never done it before, so like I'm
It's-
trying new things, Dave.
I mean,
Punch
okay.
it's-
people with a gauntlet.
Yeah, it's
Her
just it's a
pimp
glove.
hand's
It's a heavy glove made of leather and sometimes reinforced with metal. So yeah,
Right,
Her
that's what
pimp
I'm saying.
hand is
So
strong.
yeah.
I
How
feel
strong
like it makes
is her
sense.
pimp hand?
It's my close
Gauntlet
range weapon. Okay.
On a scale of 1 to pimp
That's
hand,
your
how
close
strong
range
is your
weapon?
hand?
Nice.
Yeah.
So okay, I guess you won't be. It's not the most subtle way to poison someone, but
She just shoves her fist in my face under my nose. I don't know why she's
It's
doing it.
chloroform.
That's after she knocks him out.
Pardon me, sir. Does this smell like chloroform to you? Put it right over.
Actually, what did I get? I took this dust thing that decreases people's strength. So I don't know.
oh, okay.
Throw it at
Increases
them.
people's chloroform.
She's a
Also,
dirty
it
fighter.
was cheaper. It was cheaper and it was budget friendly. So like I went that route.
Budget friendly.
She's gonna run out of like everything quick. I'm assuming
Oh,
you have
no.
arrows.
Yeah, it comes with you
Well,
get a
come on.
quiver.
Yeah, so she's gonna be out of arrows by session 2.
You may want to buy extra. An extra thick quiver of arrows is 2 silver.
Done.
I like my
But
arrows
that pimp
extra
hand,
thick.
That pimp hand right there.
Exactly. How
Knocks
do you
out
like your
teeth.
arrows? Extra thick.
She hit me hard. What are you talking about? Just slapped you. Yeah, with
I'm
a
role playing
gauntlet.
this, so
You guys are just jealous you don't have one. That's all.
I mean, I'm in heavy mail. It's probably
that's
got
not
like,
heavy, man. That's my mail.
I could totally do like a forearm upside someone's head.
Why, yes, I have completely purchased myself a second set of clothing so I can change when I get cold and wet. Why do you ask?
Man, you know what I bought with my
It's
extra
Ferelden.
money?
You're going to get cold and
I
soaked
bought rope,
frequently.
tent, and 1 week rations. That is all I bought. Oh, and the armor upgrade.
Yeah, that's pretty
That's all
expensive
I
armor.
bought. Though.
That's all you could afford. 75 silver for that
It's worth it though.
armor.
Armor rating 7 though.
It's true.
That's a good rating. You know, I went to a store the other day and they had a much lower armor rating. They only had an armor rating of 2. I'll get a blanket as well because you said it's cold here and I only have a bedroll.
Bring that 1d6 damage my way. Let's do this.
I have no idea
It's
if
going to be
gonna
more
double.
than that, but
Dang it, Draven.
sorry. I'm just looking ahead here.
Hey, Peter, you look like
Uh-oh.
you're at the same stage as me. Have you come up with your goals and stuff yet?
Oh, I didn't realize we had them.
I mean, you don't have to. It's basically the role play stuff at the end of character creation.
I didn't even know Peter had a name.
Well, so are we supposed to do something about these races or what, guys?
What are you talking about?
What?
Like, are we human or elves or?
That's part of your background.
Yeah.
So, what are
So-
you?
so
we
you're-
already decide that?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
what your
and, so
background is.
Antivan, you're human.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
I
I
believe.
am
Let's
the
just see.
happy
I think
apostate.
Antevans can be elves and stuff, though, too.
Antivan Wayfarer. Actually, yeah, you might be right.
I don't think they have dwarves, but
Do you get like extra benefits for being an elf or like what's the deal?
No,
no.
Not really.
no. Some backgrounds will have different lists that you roll on depending on if you're human or elf. So, like the apostate, for example, the elf apostate and human apostate have different charts they roll on.
Gotcha. So there's
So-
no like I can see in the dark or anything
No,
like that. It's just flavor.
it's just basically flavor.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you could be human or elf.
And I mean, there are restrictions on it, too. Like, elves don't have, like, strength on their chart, for
Yep.
example.
That's why they're different from each other.
Mhm.
Like the human apostate can get constitution or cunning as an attribute increase, whereas elves can get cunning or they get cunning, magic, and dexterity versus constitution, magic,
Yeah.
and cunning.
So I'm a Ferelden noble. I'm human. Like, there's nothing else I can be.
Yes, you are
Whereas-
definitely human. The Orlesian would also be human because they don't look too kindly on elves to begin with. The dwarves literally say dwarf in the name of their backgrounds.
Okay, so the dwarves are actually elves, correct?
Well, dwarves can never use magic. So,
Oh,
Yeah.
poor dwarf.
Which is kind of untrue in the game, though.
well, they can't cast spells. Certain special ones can use.
I don't
Like,
know. What's the
lyrium.
enchantment guy's name? How
Oh.
did you think he killed, like, 50 Darkspawn
To the
in,
power
like,
of
5
love.
seconds?
Well,
it wasn't
yeah,
with
but
a weapon.
he's different to begin with.
I know. He's a dwarf, though.
He's special.
The Sandal was
Sandal.
his name.
Thank you. I wanted
Yes.
to call him
It
Soulless.
was Bodan, Fedek, and Sandal.
Yes.
Mhm.
I haven't played the first or second one in a long time, so.
Yeah, you'll have to forgive him. He's a bit slow.
Oh, he
Yes,
is
I
the
am.
best.
Yeah.
He is the best character, and
But he also
better be
can
in the
only
fourth.
but he can also only ever do stuff off screen.
Right, because they don't want you to know dwarves can do magic, but they can.
Wait, dwarves
guaranteed.
can do magic?
Yeah, there's theories.
There's
of
got to
why
be
he's
something to his
special.
backstory, which I hope they explore.
Many think, like some other characters throughout some of the video games, he might be one of the old gods.
By the way, everyone watching this, spoiler warning.
I
No,
didn't say
not
any other
really.
names, and that's just theories. So the only thing I said was a theory. I didn't ruin anything.
Yeah,
One-
I can't remember what they
Game
gave
theory.
him in the faces of. Is it Faces of Ferelden? The NPC book.
Yep.
Yeah. Thetis. Yeah.
Vegas.
This one?
Yeah.
One
Yeah,
silver is how many copper?
100.
I didn't know he was in this. I just got this.
I don't know if I can't remember if he is or not. It's been
He's
a while
not.
since I looked through it. Is Bodan Fedek in there?
They're in alphabetical order. Nope.
Oh. Well, that's disappointing.
Yeah, there's some characters definitely missing from here that it's like, oh. Like Soulless.
Then hopefully they all play a major part in the next game.
Yeah, Sandal needs to come back.
Yeah, because I mean, there's got to be something that they do with him. They don't want to spoil it, obviously. The one thing I really like in that book
Oh, the
is
FedEx. Sorry.
Oh, they are in there. Okay.
Yeah, it says the FedEx. So
Ah,
let's see. Let me go see that page.
I think he just has an ability called enchantment.
Level 5 enchanter. Cunning 4 improved enchantment.
Actually, the
Stun silence. Rune
Oh,
crafting.
why does the word completely escape me now? The mages that are stripped of their emotions.
Tranquil.
The tranquil, yes,
Yeah.
thank you. They can create enchantments too.
Sandal is
So.
capable of remarkable feats, including slaughtering hordes of darkspawn. However, he can only do these things off screen.
No, yeah.
If you use this ability, you should narrate the frightening and potent effects of Sandal's enchantment. Under no circumstances should Sandal clearly explain what he did, if indeed he's even capable of doing so.
Yeah, he's definitely not capable of explaining it.
Well, that's in the games. It's like one of them you hear it from like around the corner or something.
Yes.
And it's like,
I think that's Dragon Age 2 when you're going through the
castle.
Maybe that's the first one, yeah. There's two of them. There's one where you're going through the castle, and there's one where you're going through the deep roads in Dragon Age 2. And there's like the ogre that's frozen. It's frozen solid.
Oh yeah, is that the? Which one is that one in?
That's in Dragon Age 2.
Yeah, and the first one through the castle is the massacre.
Yeah, he's just
don't
covered
get to
in
see
blood.
'cause it's on the other side of a door. Yeah, he's covered in blood, and he's just standing there looking at you like nothing.
And all he will say is enchantment. Actually, he might say boom.
Shall we
right.
roll to see how we know each other?
Oh, sorry, Peter.
Why?
We need
No.
goals as well.
Well, I mean that way I think will help decide.
Yeah.
I think, how we know each other will help me figure out what my goals are.
All right, so first, then I'll roll for how I know Bien Drake's character.
No one knows his character.
All right, so I rolled a 25. So my chart for D100 random roll tables adventure relationships to each other says, oh, this is stupid.
Is this one you came up with?
Former circus performers whose owner was a crook.
Wow, that's
Yeah, that's
That
not
explains
gonna.
a lot.
that might be too specific.
Yeah, I don't think that
That's
one's
not
gonna
right.
quite. I don't think that one's gonna quite work.
All right,
Although
I'll reroll.
in Orlais, they would certainly have a lot of, like
You could have
circuses and carnivals, but
met at a
Ferelden Noble,
circus.
yeah, but it would have to be in Orlais.
This one's not bad. So both of us were on a ship together, and it was wrecked by either a sea monster, a storm, or some other ship wrecked it. And we were the only survivors.
I'd go with Storm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool with me. So what's your character's name, Peter?
I don't have one yet.
Okay, so my character's name is Langdon.
Langdon Alders.
I didn't come up with the last name.
No.
And that's the name of my ex-wife.
No, that's from The Simpsons when Bart was sending like the love letters to Miss Krabappel. It was Langdon It was either Alders or Alger or something like that.
How do you spell your name?
Langdon, Langdon.
Okay, just checking. I have dysgraphia. I'm not good with name. No friend.
All right, Peter, why don't you roll for how you know Paula?
You got the D100, right?
Yep.
D100. 23.
Oh, so you're not circus performers. You share a love interest. And tell me why it's not me.
Of course we do.
I'm just kidding.
It's absolutely not you.
Well, they loved each other.
Why? That's easy to role play, Paula.
Everyone's
I
a little
love
more easygoing in
myself.
Thetis.
Well, what happened is Peter loved your character, but your character only cared about herself because she loved herself. And so it was a shared love interest.
We both loved me.
Yes.
I feel like we always get this for Paula's characters. And
You want
Paula
to
insisted this was on this chart. I was
want
like,
me to re-roll?
why? Oh no, I'm cool with it.
You want me to re-roll, Paula? Something else?
It doesn't matter. am fine with it.
Okay.
Can I see a copy of that chart? I want a copy of it.
Yeah.
You'd be a patron. You can.
I am a patron. I just don't know where to find it.
Oh.
It's,
Okay,
it's in
all
one
right.
of the posts on the Patreon page, but I'll show you.
Oh, great.
Okay,
Confused
awesome.
me even more. I was typing in random chart and I couldn't find it on there. It needs a good name to find.
Oh, I think I have tags for it. I don't know. I'll look it up. I'll get it to you. I will definitely get it to you. Let me see if I can pull it up right now.
I have 5 silver left and 90 copper. That's a bitch to carry around.
Okay, so am
All right.
I rolling
Yeah,
now?
roll for how you know Joshua.
Yay!
20.
Okay.
All these 20s.
Both are driven by revenge on the same person or group.
Damn the Templar to hell.
I'm
Well,
good
if
with that.
if she's a crow, she is an assassin.
And I do hate the Templar.
You would definitely hate the Templars.
There could be one in particular.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm sure there will be.
Damn it, Tim.
I look forward to when the band of Templars all show up at the most inopportune time.
No one expects the Templar Inquisition.
Joshua, how do you know my character, Langdon? Roll a D100.
Former sex slaves used in a...
I don't think he let me put that on the chart.
Former sex slaves?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you wanted that on the chart.
I got 99 problems, and that's what I rolled.
Hey, what do you know? Shared love interest has changed to former sex slaves.
Hey!
All right,
That's
what's up now?
99? Holy shit. 99.
99.
Oh, that one's going to be questionable because it's at the end. We gave up
Yeah.
at the end.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you got?
Here it is. You love hearing stories from each other about a specific event that happened to you guys recently.
So anyway, I started blasting, and
It's kind of like we're frat buddies who share stories about, whatever, get drunk parties and stealing people's beer pong tables.
that's exactly what I do. Keeping a low profile.
Stealing beer pong tables from the Templars.
Ooh, that's who we took it from. That's why Paula tried to go ahead and kill a Templar named Tim. It didn't work. And that Templar's after me because me and Langdon kept stealing his beer pong tables.
They're quite the party animals before they take their vows.
They are. They are. Everyone knows the Templar are beer pong guys. Obviously.
I feel like as the campaign goes on, we're just going to talk about the previous session's combats over and over again.
That's
gonna come down
exactly.
to.
Dude, I was like totally there casting my spell, and you were like, man, I'm gonna hit you
Bro.
with my sword. I'm gonna hit you, dude. And you hit him, and he was like, no. And I was like, yeah. And that was like so cool.
And
Yeah.
bro.
How
He
much
fell
poison
over.
you got?
But don't worry, I've got a book full of grudge monsters, so I'm just waiting for. Oh, look, the Archdemon.
Oh, what's he doing here? Archdemon, is that you, man? It's been so long. Come on, brother. Yeah.
Hey, Joshua.
Never heard of him.
What? Sorry, Jot. You want to be called Josh instead?
Call me anything you like, buddy.
What's your character's name?
I have no idea. I don't even know.
Am
if
I
my
the only
character-
one?
No, I've got a name, but nobody asked me what my name was.
Damn it, Paula.
Yeah.
That's not her name.
What is
That's
it?
not her name.
My name is Valaria
Valaria. What?
Torre.
Valeria, what?
Whatever. I got a last name even. So eat that.
Okay, spell this out for me. I'm stupid.
Valaria. Valeria. Torre.
ER. It should have been an A.
Okay, so that was V.
Valaria.
Okay.
Spell it in the chat.
Yeah. That completely lost me right there.
Why? Yeah. Why are we trying to do this audible when we can just type it?
Listen, we need the people in the
That's
watching the
Valeria.
stream.
They
That's
need to know.
Valeria.
That is not how I wrote it.
Yeah.
I spelled it. How did you? Whatever.
So here's what I'm going to type what I thought. That's what I thought you were saying. Fellaria.
That's what I thought she said at first.
Yes.
Filaria.
As long as you know how to pronounce it.
I don't know how to pronounce
Oh
it.
my gosh.
Now it's Valeria.
Valerian. She's Princess Valerian.
She's Valerian Steel from Game of Thrones.
I'd buy
Which
that for $1.
also is a Green Ronin product. If you want the RPG for that, that's A Song of Ice and Fire by the same company that makes this game.
Please pay us.
All the money. All the money.
Let's see here. Names.
It has
Where would I
my
be
background.
from as an apostate?
Anywhere.
It's a good West Virginian
So
name.
it's not going to be Antiva. They don't have mage towers. So you never
Okay.
would have been there. Because you were a circle maged apostate, correct? Or did you just go straight apostate?
No, I'm pure apostate. I'm hedge mage.
Yeah. I mean, so technically you could be Tevinter, but why the hell would you come to Ferelden?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of Tevinter runes in Ferelden.
That's true.
Yeah.
Actually, the main road system that's used is part of
That's
the
'cause
Tevinter.
Tevinter used to own like the area.
Yeah, they occupied Ferelden for like century or something like that.
I think longer than that. I
There
think the
a random
timeline
name
goes like
generator
2,000
for this
years
game?
almost, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, maybe it is. Yeah, it's been a while since I looked at that, but I know it was for quite a while.
Because each age is about a century apart.
Yeah.
And each age is a different blight, I think, too, correct?
No, blights taking place in different ages.
Right. Aren't they usually like 100 years apart-ish?
I think the last one was more than that.
Was it?
Wasn't it like 300 years or something?
Oh.
Or maybe that's when the first one happened. I don't know. All I know is that it was long enough ago that nobody thought it was happening.
Right.
So there's a timeline in the book somewhere. I think that's later.
Now, what would draw me to this place then, where we are?
So you can be from Ferelden.
Okay.
You don't have to be from Tevinter. In fact, in Tevinter, they don't have apostates because they don't put their mages in a circle tower or central location. They're a mageocracy. So most likely you'd probably be from a stretch in Ferelden called the Banorn, which is sort of just like a loose collection of like settlements sort of scattered around.
Okay.
And different, like the nobles, for example. So knights would protect certain areas within the Banorn, depending on who they may answer to. So as a knight, Juce, you would have to have a lord or someone that, bestowed.
Yeah.
Or someone that you answer to, or not maybe answer to, but you're beholden to if they ever call on you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can go with that. So my name will be Honora Roberts then.
Are we playing pre-Dragon Age Origins, or are we playing post?
Yes.
Okay.
No, pre. This is before. So the Grey Warden still exists.
Okay. So
in
then,
Ferelden.
can my person be Loghain?
Loghain?
Yeah.
Look
at Paula. No, not that bastard.
Well,
I was trying to figure. Yeah, but no. So yeah, he'd still be a Terran. Yeah,
Well,
he could be. So he's the Terran of. It's not High Ever. What was the other?
you don't have to be low gain. If you just turn up the
It's
gain a
in
bit,
that
you can be high gain.
northeast area, isn't it?
Yeah, just a second. I got the map.
His daughter is the queen at the moment.
Yeah, Queen Honora. Yeah.
Well, no wonder you're running away from her then.
I laughed
Denerim.
way too
Is it
hard at
Denerim?
that high gain joke.
No, I don't think it was just Denerim. Guarin.
Oh, in the
south.
bottom right. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Denerim has an Arl.
Okay.
But yeah, Terrans are sort of like the next step up.
Like how Peter's taking absolutely none of this seriously and isn't shutting up about how great his character's going to be. all he's saying.
Yeah, geez, Peter, why are you all over there all goofy? Like, quit being so silly and bringing the game seriousness down.
Stop yelling, Peter. I can't hear. Stop. How old would a mage be realistically? A brand new level 1, head mage?
So you would be
Like, how long does training take?
Well, it's different for each person, but generally your abilities would manifest sort of when you become when you reach adolescence.
Okay, and I'm level 1, so I'm pretty damn new at this.
So you'd be old enough that you've been able to master the fundamentals enough that you can reliably cast the spells when you want to.
Okay.
So I would say you would be very young adult.
Okay, so would that be 16, and then I roll a d20 and whatever that is plus 16?
I would add a d6 if you start with 16 as your base.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you want to be old enough that traveling with a knight is weird but not illegal.
Okay, so 19. 19. Okay. And let's see here. Oh,
actually, as a level 1 knight, your Juice, your character's probably pretty young too.
Oh yeah, I figured he'd be super young.
Yeah.
Then we have speed,
like
defense.
maybe even a teenager, like 18 years old or something.
Okay.
All right, so speed and defense.
And armor and penalty.
Yeah, so armor for you would be dictated by your spell.
Yes, which is 4.
Yeah. And just trying to find the page with the... So your defense... okay, so start with speed. So speed is for... Well, nobody's a dwarf, right? Is anyone playing an actual elf?
We're very racist against them.
Well, so is the rest of the world. So everyone human? Because that would make it easy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So human speed is 10 plus your dexterity minus your armor penalty.
12. Okay.
And defense is equal to 10 plus your dexterity plus your shield bonus if you have one.
12. Okay.
So defense and armor are two very different things. Armor doesn't make it harder to hit you. It just makes it harder for the weapons to really hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever you attack, you roll against their defense, and then when you roll damage, you subtract the armor rating from the damage that you roll. So having an armor rating of 7, for example, is pretty good, but a longsword does 2d6 plus 3 plus your strength. So 7's a good number, but it's not insurmountable by any stretch of the imagination.
Okay. Is there a random table generator for height and weight, like 5e has, or?
I don't think there is. I think you can just choose whatever you want.
Oh, okay.
Even if there's a chart for it, if you want to just choose, that's totally fine.
Okay, yeah. I'm playing that. Oh, I read the names wrong. I wasn't paying attention. I rolled my first name on the female name and my second name on the male name because I thought it was first name and then last. I mean, I'm fine with playing a female character, but that was just, I completely spaced it.
It's all
That's
good.
fine.
Man. I don't think it matters.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I'm going to play whoever this Honora Roberts girl is. Why not? Screw it. That's how I'm rolling.
Yeah, I guess, Nora is the name of the queen, so
yeah,
it's definitely, it would be hard to...
I just thought it was a first name. I'm stupid. Ignore me, people, please.
Well, it could be like a boy named Sue type of scenario going on as well.
That is true, but if that happens, then I'm going to have to start dating Juice in game, and that's going to get awkward for everyone. Juice is a knight, after all. We know what they do in the training fields. Oh, let's go 5. Are we going with medieval heights or normal modern human heights and weights?
I went
Heights on
6'1",
Mars.
210.
I didn't hear what Peter said.
He said it's on Mars.
Heights on Mars.
Okay. So the height is longer, the weight is much less, and the strength modifier for all of us is just about -5. Okay.
I would just say go with modern heights because that's what people are used to
Okay.
in RPGs nowadays.
All right, I got my first short-term goal. Kill a darkspawn.
It should be
I'm
pretty
trying
easy
to
to
work
arrange.
on my third one. I'm already.
I'm only doing 2 short-term, 1 long-term.
Oh,
Is that a mechanic in the game, the goals?
I don't think so.
There are things that like I could use to design adventures around. So if you guys want to continue and make this a longer term game where you actually do get to level your characters and do stuff, then it would be nice to have that information.
Ooh, where are goals on page?
It's not. You have to come up with it on your own.
you just
pretty
have to
much.
pick them.
You have to
I
think
have
it
to
up.
They
think.
come out of your
Oh,
own,
no.
So my short
your
term.
own imaginary world.
So Josh, come up with a short term thing you want to just do. Like, do you want to fight a certain monster? Do you want to what? Tell us what you have about your character.
I mean, your long term goal could definitely be that revenge thing that
Yeah.
you're connected. So that's sort
thinking
of
the
built in.
I'm thinking long term, I want to get rid of the Templar as much as possible because I view them as actually more of a problem than anything else, as opposed to a force of good. But
There are ready to use goals. It says here in the index on page 138 to 140.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
I think my short term goal is if I'm here in this area.
That's right, because I used that for the pre-gens.
Let me see. I'm thinking if I'm starting here in this area, maybe one of the things, since I'm a mage, is I'm looking for a powerful source of magic from some ancient rune or something here, because you said there are locations.
Yeah, there are. Achieve
might be
ultimate
short-term.
power is a goal. That's on page 139.
Well, I don't want to run my pacifist run.
Learn forbidden magic. That's
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah. And that would make the Templar hate me even more.
oh yes.
Yeah, I definitely like that idea. And learn forbidden magic. And would that be that's a long-term goal though as well?
Yeah, it could be.
It could be. Well, yeah, it could be.
Both,
It could be both.
technically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget what level where you can start taking blood magic.
Ooh, yeah.
That's despised by like everybody.
Yeah, that's even apostates. Well, most apostates hate blood mages because apostates get treated horribly because of blood mages.
Well, I don't think that would be my main goal immediately. However, if I discover some reason that I have to become a blood mage to do something, it could possibly become important to me.
The slightly hypocritical thing about that is that the phylacteries that use blood as a location like tracker.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of feels like that might be blood magic too, of just maybe a slightly.
Technicalities.
Right on the edge of blood magic.
Okay, I
there.
changed my darkspawn one. Get a Mabari Warhound.
Yeah.
You don't want one of those.
And then the other one is prove myself worthy of knight status. And then I'm looking for a long-term one.
Listen, boy, first you have to prove yourself worthy of me. After that, you can become a knight, okay? Long-term
I
goal,
think my
defeat the
final
Templar.
one is to get back on a ship. That would be cool. Lead a ship.
Have it not crash.
Right. So
That'd be a
I'm
weird
going to say
change.
lead a ship of my own.
Hey, the goal is just to get on it and command it. It's not necessarily to make it to port safely.
That's right.
I believe I can do it. So I'm just going to say lead a ship of my own.
We're going to get on a ship. It's going to be a cursed mimic ship, and we're all going to have to abandon it at some point. That's what's going to happen.
Well, Dragon Age doesn't have mimics yet.
Yes,
It also
Next
doesn't have
thing
ship combat yet.
Next thing you're going to be asking me what the stats to a warehouse are, okay? We know at the rabbit hole and how deep it goes.
I like it.
It's a thick rabbit.
Are
I
our
like
characters are our characters gonna have some sort of initial like starting objective that we're working on, or
Yes. So let me just get to the actual adventure.
I'm seeking forbidden magic. I don't know what you're doing.
killing Templars apparently?
Pretty much the same thing, then.
I love it.
Also becoming a master assassin.
Is that one of your goals?
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh.
snap.
Okay, so where Juice is a knight, you're going to be going to, like, your ultimate goal is to get to the village of Vintiver, so Vintiver. So there's basically been reports that there was some sort of ruckus that occurred between the locals and a group of Dalish elves. So the knight would have been sent there to basically investigate and try to, make sure that peace is maintained.
So I've been sent to maintain peace somewhere?
Basically, and the rest of the group is probably, you would have them come with you because you know each other, and it's better to travel in numbers.
Gotcha.
These people know I'm a mage.
They do, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually perfect. With all the paper and the quill and ink I have, my cover is that I'm recording the deeds of this night.
Yeah.
That's why
You're
I travel
gonna
with them.
pretend to be the bard.
I am the bard. My dear, I am the bard.
Actually, as an Antivan Crow, you're more likely to be a bard.
Yeah.
Do you have a musical instrument, though?
I don't, but you know what?
You could.
Yeah, my tongue. I don't know.
What?
Like I meant like
Wow.
like
she makes
speaking.
people sing with their tongue. What?
I meant like like poetry or singing or something like that. I don't need a musical instrument. That's what I meant.
Yeah, nothing that's
Insight
gonna.
check. Is that
I-
what she meant?
not-
She folds her tongue back with her fingers and whistles. Yeah, that thing. No, the thing where it's like the loud one, like the. I don't know. I can't do it.
I don't want to do it in this house.
I can't whistle, period. So you don't have to worry about me doing it.
Same boat, dude. Same boat.
I'm good whistler.
I can't whistle and I can't snap my fingers.
What?
Oh, that I can do.
Yeah. No, I cannot do it.
Oh, that's crazy. I've never met somebody that I knew of that couldn't do that.
Well, now you
Paula
do.
was the first adult I felt like I ever met that couldn't whistle.
Nope, same
You're the
boat there.
second one.
So you could get a pound of candy for 8 silver pieces.
I mean, you could.
There's the PDF, Josh. I posted it in our Dragon Age group.
Ooh. Oh God, that's just Jesus. Oh, okay.
So I think we're pretty well good to go, except for maybe names.
I'm taking Guillaume.
Oh, okay, I see it there. Yeah. I guess everyone. Yeah, I think. Oh no, those other names are just your interpretations of Paula's name.
Yeah.
That-
mhm.
No, that's all of our names. We have decided to confuse everyone.
Oh yeah, no, that's right. You're got a girl and a boy's name. Right. So
I am
yeah.
both.
So yeah, I think we got everything that we need. The only thing that I guess I'll ask is in between sessions, if you can just in the group chat that we have set up on Facebook, just message me with your short-term and long-term goals so I can have a note of those.
I just sent mine.
Okay, and I'll try to incorporate that into future adventures after we get through this first one.
Okay, perfect.
Cool.
I love it. Well, thanks, and we'll end the stream there. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed our session 0. We will be back in 2 weeks, I think we said, right?
Yep.
So 2 weeks from now, we'll be playing every other Tuesday night. So we'll see you guys. Master the game. Game on.